Color will bring your art to life in Procreate, so it's important to understand the color panel and all its features. Open the color panel by tapping on the color button, the icon farthest to the right on your top right menu. The color button displays your active color. The row below the color disc is your color history, displaying the last 10 colors that you have used. And your default color palette is displayed at the bottom of your color panel. But before we review the color selection options, let's quickly review how to use color in Procreate. To pick a color, simply tap on the color disc or select a color from your palette, and then you can tap on it and drag it right into a color within your layer. So if you look at the layer, I have one layer and I was able to tap and drag that color right into that leaf. Now let us go back to our layers. We can also add color by selecting the background color layer and fill that as well. Let's take a look at the color selection options. The color disc is an easy way to quickly select colors. Just tap and drag the outer ring to select your hue and inner circle to select how light, dark, or saturated you want the color to be. If you want more control over your color, you might want to try the classic palette and use the sliders to select your hue, the saturation of the color, or darkness, lightness of that color. You can also use color harmony to select a specific color, or you have colors such as branding colors. You can use the value palette very specifically input hex codes, RGB values, and even specific values for human saturation. Now let's take a look at color palettes. Procreate comes with several built-in color palettes, and you can also buy and upload color palettes if you choose to. Ultimately, you will have your favorite colors to work with. So you want to create and manage your own color palette. You can view the palettes through this compact view that we are currently looking at, or through a card view, which gives you a much bigger look at the actual color chip. Now let's go back to the compact view. Now, if you want to create a palette for yourself, you can tap on the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner of your palette menu and select Create New Palette. Now let's go back to our disk and select a color. All you have to do is tap within that palette and add colors. Let's go back to the palette menu. Another way of adding color palette is you can take a photo from your camera and it will automatically import colors from the photo. You can import a file or you can import a photo. So if I tap on New from Photo and go to my photos, I can select and add all the colors from that particular photo. Created a color palette. The last thing I want to show you is how to pick colors directly from your canvas. In the sidebar navigation between the brush and the opacity slider is the option button. By default, it is set to be the color picker. Now you can drag the color picker around, and wherever you land, it will become the active color. Now you can also just tap with your finger. Tap and hold and the same color dropper will appear and you can select it. And that will be your new active color. So now it's your turn to select colors and create an amazing palette for your next project in Procreate.